Hi there YouTube, welcome back to vapereviewswithaz. So, got another RDA review today, and it's the Soldado. This is the clone from Angelfiremods.co.uk. So it's 22mm, has dual airflow, up to quad coils on this, and will cost you £14.99. It's made from 304 grade surgical stainless steel. So without further ado, I'm going to have a little vape and we're going to get straight down into the up close. Okay then, so here we have the Soldado, I believe. It could be Soldado, but for the purpose of this review, I'm going to call it a Soldado. And it's a 22mm RDA that stands 27mm tall, not including the 510 connection. The design is really nice. So you've got the straight edges with the tapered in portion for your drip tip. The airflow has dual airflow, and these are teardrop. So what you do is you just close it one way or the other and it will adjust both airflow holes. Now there is also the option for single airflow, but this is one of my gripes with this, and I believe it's the same for the original, and that's that the airflow ring is pretty free spinning. Now this can be fixed by adding a bit of tape underneath this just to cause a little bit of extra friction, and it just stops the spinning. So underneath them we don't have any engravings, serial numbers. The 510 threads are really smooth, and it has an Allen head bolt up into the deck. Now this is non-adjustable, this just holds your positive post in place. So it's made from 304 surgical stainless steel, and the base is polished and the top cap is brushed. So what we're going to do, I'm just going to screw it onto the Rose V2 stand to take the top cap off, and with the top cap, this sleeve just slides over the top, and you have one teardrop hole per side. Now if it was me, I'd be inclined, if I was going to have both holes wide open to use it in quad coil, I wouldn't even bother with the airflow ring. But the way to fix it, to stop it being free spinning, is on this portion here where there's no airflow holes, put either a piece of small square of sellotape, masking tape, insulating tape, and then when you slide that over, it'll make it slightly wider in that one section and cause a bit of friction, so that's a bit harder to move. It's not a very good design in my opinion, but as I say, it's the same design as the original. So even though the top cap has this piece that dips in, inside of it, it's still squared off. So it's not there to help improve flavour at all. It's purely there to make it look good on the outside. Everything's machined really well. There's nothing sharp, and even the lip on the inside of the airflow ring, which sits onto the atomizer, is nice and smooth. So that's the top cap. And then moving on to the base itself. we have your positive in the middle and 4 negative posts. You have 2 rather deep juice wells, which is good so that you can pack your cotton in there, get plenty of liquid on there. And then each of the negative posts has a collar underneath it, and all you do is you undo it, you trap your wire, tighten it down. So what the screw does then on the underneath, the lighting's terrible today, is you undo it, and all this does is tighten your centre post. So what you want to do is make sure your holes are facing the juice well, and just give it a nice snug up. Just give it a little tweak, and that'll be fine to build on. So the top cap is held in place by a single O-ring, and it does hold it on there, as I say, really solidly. So yeah, you can go for quad coil mode, so you'd have 1 coil there at an angle, and 1 coil there at an angle, same on both sides, and your wicking material down into the juice well. So what we're going to do for a build is we're going to put, I'm only going to put dual coils on with 25 gauge today. So we'll be back in a moment. Right, for this build we're going to be using 2mm drill bits and 25 gauge cam foil. And all we're going to do is wrap a nice tight microcoil with 8 wraps. If you can get it tight as you're wrapping it, it takes less adjusting later on. And what we're going to do, when I've got the correct screwdriver, is I'm going to do the left hand, undo it, and I'm also going to undo the centre screw. And I'm going to put the centre in first and try and, I'm going to do it horizontal. No, we'll go for an angle if possible. And all we're going to do is put the positive through the hole, and we're just going to wrap the negative around the screw. I'll poke that wire down and just give it a tug with the pliers, and then we're just going to that will go for it straight over the hole. So there's one. And then we're going to do the same for the other side. Undo the left hand screw, go through your centre post, put your coil to where you'd like it, and just wrap it around the screw. It is a little fiddly to work on, this atomizer, I think. And then same again, we're just going to give it a tug with the pliers and bring it to where we want it, and then we can start tightening screws into place like so. Two. And then tighten your positives down, and then it will look a little something like so. So I'm just going to tidy it all up, chop off all the leads, so then once you have all the leads chopped off, I'm going to get a reading, so 0.32. So what we're going to do next is I'm just going to angle the coil slightly, and then we're going to stick it on a mod and give it a little. Okay, so once you have it on your mod, just going to give it a little test fire, give the coils a little squeeze together with the pliers. Obviously make sure you're not pressing your button at this point, and then we are good to go. That'll do nicely. I did forget to mention that the insulators in this are Delrin. You have one under the positive post, then a tubular one that goes over your positive screw. And how we're going to wick this then is we're going to be using some organic cotton. We're going to go through from one side and just pull about that much through. But we'll go for a little bit more, and then just cut it down. And all we're going to do is we're going to poke this side into the hole, and then we're going to do the same with the rest, just poke it on down there, fill the juice well as much as possible. And then we're going to do the same for the other side. Now, you can do quad coils on this, but I think it would be quite a fiddly build. That's why I've just done a dual coil build on here today, and just get plenty of your wicking material down in the hole to soak up your juice. Like so. Remember, at this point, do not dry fire it, because you will not have anything left of your cotton. So all we're going to do is prime it up, get them juice wells nice and wet up at the same time, and then it will wick up to your coils. Like so. And there you go, we're firing away nicely. So then with your top cap, you've got the ridge on the inside, that goes to the bottom, and we're going to go for obviously the dual airflow today. So we're going to line that up with our coil. And just push it on down there and put a drip tip on. And there we go. So we're going to go back up top and talk about it. Okay then guys, so that was the up close with the Soldado. Currently got it sat on a stainless steel Stingray. And this is what I was saying about the airflow control. That's no good to man nor beast, but a little bit of tape and that should be fixed. So I've got the Stingray X drip tip on there and it looks really nice. So what you're all asking is, how does it vape? Well, like that. So it's not a super low end build, and it's quite a cool airy vape with the air holes at max. So we're going to close them up a little. And then it does become quite warm, but the flavour is actually really good. A lot better than I was expecting, to be honest. I mean, I don't know. I can't quite make my mind up on this one. I think if the airflow ring fixed into place, it'd be better. But my opinion is that it is a little fiddly to build on, especially if you're going to try and go for some quad coils in there. But dual coil isn't too bad. Really great flavour. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's not my cup of tea, to be honest. Although the flavour's good and it does look nice, it's just a little too fiddly, in my opinion. Others may not find it that way, but in my own opinion it's too fiddly. And then just that airflow. Nobody wants to be messing about every time going, oh hang on, that's just my airflow. You just want to pick it up and take a vape. So yeah, that's the review of the Soldado. Yeah, it is overall it is a really nice RDA. There's a lot of thought gone into the design, but then there are some lacking features. So that's it from me then, guys, today, and I'll be back again soon with another video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.